Ariaza. And for most people, Monday is a very, very challenging day. For most people, they do not look forward to waking up. They don't look forward to going to their place of employment. But for us, it's quite different. For us, Monday is exciting. Tuesday is exciting. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can't really differentiate because the level of progress, the level of learning, the level of emotion is the same on all the days. And we are very, very excited to come to you today. I see the numbers were scrolling. When we first opened up, we were at 200. Now we're just about to surpass 900, and it's a very, very exciting day. Just let me go through this as Sal Leto is preparing and diagnosing the graphs and getting ready to possibly help you take trades or not take trades. It depends. So let's go through this. This is welcome to our demonstration. This will be a call that's exclusively available to customers who maintain an active monthly subscription to this strategy. All participants who choose to attend or subscribe to this call agree that it is at their own discretion. No one has talked you into getting onto this call. This is a voluntary type of sport. So therefore, and this is really important to understand that we're to the point where I believe that towards the mid-end of this week, we will be closing this call, and next week we'll pick it up only for the paid subscribers, which is a lot of fun because if you've been following us for a little bit, you know that there's different ways to earn money. The compensation plan is extremely, extremely aggressive and very fair. It says here, all trades, ideas, concepts, images, and discussions presented via the call are delivered to all participants uniformly for educational purposes only, without regard to an individual's trade objectives, financial conditions, or suitability, and should never be interpreted as financial advice. We're not telling you what to do. We are showing you, we're giving you some ideas, some concepts. We may take some trades on our own discretion. That does not mean that you have to take a trade, okay? You have to really diagnose this. You have to observe this, and you have to analyze this on your own. Trading on a margin can carry a unique and potentially high level of risk. By joining this call, if any participant chooses to follow or act on any of the trade ideas discussed, all participants acknowledge that they're trading at their own discretion and are fully responsible for the outcome of their trade. So, this is something where there's a quote that I love that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. We have some outstanding teachers. We have some outstanding traders. But at the end of the day, it is still your decision. You are going to decide within yourself, within your scope of understanding, within your financial abundance or limitations, you are going to decide if you want to take a trade or not. Not always do we trade, and even when we do trade, you don't have to take a trade. You can be an observer today. I may be an observer today. I have my pen and pad here taking notes. I take notes on these trades, on these calls every single day. Here's a quick overview. Please remove all distractions and pay close attention because this can move very, very quickly. Now, this is really important to understand here that here, what we have here, when he says please remove all distractions, this is really, really key because you don't want to be cooking, you don't want to be cleaning, you don't want to be pouring your cup of coffee at this moment. You don't want to be tending to the kids at this moment. We want to have what Robin Sharma calls monomaniacal focus at this moment. You want to be all in because things move very, very quickly. Okay, here it says, give me a second. Here it says, you're about to see an MT4 chart that looks like this. This is the MT4. This is the platform that we trade on. You will see lines running across the screen. There are two green lines that we call a buy zone. There's a broken green line that is called a buy zone here. And then there's a solid green line that's called a buy zone right here. And then you'll see two red lines that we call a sell zone. At this moment, the master traders are getting ready and putting these lines together. They're going through, they're checking the history, they're putting all the algorithms together, and they're really putting these lines together so they can be parameters for us to trade. We are never guessing at these trades. I'm going to repeat this. This is not a 50-50. We're not flipping a coin. This is through some very in-depth analysis that we do every single day in order to prepare ourselves for the highest possibility of finding the trend and choosing the right direction before we make the sale. There are no guarantees, but because of the mass experience that we have created these parameters that gives us a better opportunity. After the market opens, if we see a green candle pierce the buy zone, we may look to enter into a trade. Now we're going to see a green candle pierce the broken green line and the solid green line. If it pierces the broken green line and the solid green line, then that's going to mean that we're probably in a great position to take a trade. Now, if the opposite happens, however, if we see a red candle pierce the sell zone, we may look into taking a sell trade. Same thing here. We're going to wait for a strong confirming candle to pierce the broken red line and pierce the solid red line. When that happens, then there's a very, very strong possibility that we're going to take a trade. I say strong because there have been times when a candle touches the solid red line. There's been times when a candle touches the solid green line and it reverses and it goes against us and we may go into a drawdown. That happens often. So we are going to be very, very cautious, very, very careful. Every day may be different. Sometimes the market doesn't give us any clear directions and we don't take a trade. Sometimes we may take multiple trades. By not taking a trade and not losing money, that is a winning day for us. I'm going to repeat this again. By not taking a trade and not losing money, that is a winning day for us. And sometimes we may take some cost average trades. Sometimes we may take we may go into one trade. They may go into drawdown. We may take 2 or 3 trades at the same time just to help us increase the possibility of earning percentages. Once we enter into trade, you'll see the stats changing to show the real-time profit or loss happening on the account. This is spectacular because this is proprietary to our system. It gives you the lot size and we train on what lot size you should use. Our recommendation, it gives you the percentage of wins or loss in that trade at that moment, real time, and it gives you the US dollars, how much you're actually winning or losing, and it gives you the countdown of the candle. We are trading 1-minute candles right here. It says our goal is to grow the account by a few percent and then close the trade as quickly as possible while maximizing profit. We are not here to hit a grand slam. Sometimes grand slams occur. Sometimes we catch a candle and it runs and everything has worked out perfect and people may earn their 3 or 4 or 5 or 6%, but that is not the goal. The goal is if we can earn our 2% or 3% a day, and we can show you later how that compounds over a week, over a month, over a year, over 2 years, even with a small account. It says losing days are unavoidable. Losing days are unavoidable, and today may be a losing day. Losses are part of our plan, okay? It says this market trends move very fast, so pay close attention, become familiar with this day. Prices data may vary from broker to broker. If you choose to take an action, you're responsible to make your decisions based on the data displayed on your own screen. Okay, so I elaborated about that. And okay, my friend, it is 6:27. I am going to stop my share. I'm going to send it back to the master trader, Sal Leto.
All right, very good. Well, good morning, folks. We're a couple minutes before the market open. It's been an interesting morning so far. I'm leading the call today as our coach, so pay very, very close attention, right? Because it's a little bit different than what we've been doing the last few weeks. Coach Jamo's actually sick. He got ill on Saturday, and he lost his voice by Saturday night. And we were monitoring his condition through the weekend. He's fine, you know, it's like nothing serious, but he lost his voice. His voice is just messed up. So it just wouldn't be ideal for him to lead the call and put strain on his voice. And so we're stepping in here. And like I said, it's been an interesting morning. Now I'm trading with a smaller live balance, just $2,900. I put this account together this morning just so I can help lead the call. And because I'm trading with a slightly smaller balance, the moves are very, very fast, right? Because a 0.01 that moves $20 is already a decent amount of movement on the account, right? So just pay close attention so you could hear what I'm doing. And let's see, we got a couple minutes left here. There we go. Very good. So as Dr. Lewis said in the intro, you know, if we see opposite color engulfing candles, if we see a few percent in drawdown, I'll be paying attention to my percentage calculator to look at closing trades if I get into just a few percent of drawdown. So I'm going to be patient And I am lowering my personal lot size. Normally I would trade with about a 0.02. I'm lowering it to 0.01 right now. And a quick update. Let's see on the right side. I'm going to zoom into the prices. I have my solid line currently set at 689 and my solid green line at 745. And as Dr. Lewis said, that will vary from broker to broker. We're currently in the sell zone and we're getting ready for market open here in about 15 seconds. So let's take a look. I'm going to be going very fast and doing my best to explain exactly what I'm doing with my own account, but I will be reacting fast. Whether I take a win, whether I take a loss, I will be reacting very fast. So market is open. Market is open and we're still ranging inside the sell zone right now. So we're just going to be patient. My personal style is I do like to see how candles close. So just so you know, so we have 30 seconds left on this candle. So really until there's 10 seconds left on that candle, I'm not really going to be considering it a whole lot. We're starting to see a little bit of bullish movement here. We've been bearish for the last 1 hour. So I'm not quick to jump into a buy. I'm just being patient here. Before I get into a buy, I want to see some support. So we are coming into the buy zone. We'll see how this candle. So the candle didn't follow through as strong as I'd like it to follow through. I will be getting close to a buy if we do pierce that solid line, which we have not done. We're coming right back into the neutral zone, coming back down into the towards the sell zone. So we're just bouncing, prepared to react quickly here. You want to stick around today because we're going to go over some important information after the call about options for people with smaller account balances. So we're still in our neutral zone. We have about 15 seconds left on this second candle here. Just trying to find a little bit of support. We're still in the buy zone. We're back in the neutral zone. So the market's starting to range a little bit. And this candle right here in the 3rd minute has started off pretty bearish. But again, the open has so much volume behind it that we don't pay a lot of attention to what a candle looks like in the first half of its formation. Okay, it's starting to come through the sell zone. It's getting close to the bottom of the sell zone. We'll see how this candle finishes. We got about 20 seconds left, folks. It's creating a big range, which that's not the most ideal open when it starts to range, but that's okay. Got a massive bear candle forming. Okay, I am going to go into a sell. I did push the sell button, and I have my finger on the trigger in case it retraces. And a sell alert actually did just pop up, but alerts right at the open are actually not valid alerts because there's a lot of triggers. So we're in a sell and I'm just being patient here. If it does retrace, like I said, I'll be looking to cost average, but we're just underneath the sell zone. Again, just holding on just one trade right now. I just have one tiny 0.01 trade. And like I said, I do have enough margin that if it retraces on me, I'd look to cost average. But it hasn't retraced enough. I usually would retrace at about a 50% retracement on that bear candle. So we haven't gotten anywhere close to that. So there's no reason to add to the risk of my trade today. Not yet. So still just holding. We're still just kind of bouncing just underneath the sell zone. Okay, it's starting to move down a little bit. My personal account just on this one position is at about a 0.7% of profit. On one trade, if I get close to a 1% gain, then I would close. And the only reason that's a small gain, but on one position, 1% is good enough for me. But we're not there yet. It's starting to find a little bit of support. Let's see if we could have some bearish follow through. But it is starting to find a little bit of support coming back up into the sell zone. Like I said, if it gets to a 50% retracement on this bear candle, I'll take one more cost average trade. We're almost there. Okay, I'm going to do one cost average trade. I'm at about a 1.7, 1.8. Okay, we're at 2% drawdown. Now, me, if I get close to 3%, or if this candle comes up into the buy zone, I'm definitely closing and just taking a loss. I don't wait around on the open, right? These are quick scalps. And so it is starting to find a little bit of support. And, the market's been bearish for the last hour, and this could be a reversal point, but we don't ever know, right? So we're just being patient, folks. I have one cost average trade for 0.01, and I have one original entry for 0.01. I'm just hanging out at about a 1% drawdown. Like I said, if we find more bullish support and we start to come in to where the bullish candles engulf that bear candle, that's going to be a rejection by the bulls. They would have rejected the bears. And so I'll just go ahead and close and just take that scalp. But we're still just waiting. I'm just describing what I'm seeing here. We're still hanging out in the sell zone. Starting to come back up towards the neutral zone. Again, just holding on to my two trades. Let's see if we find some support or if we're going to continue to see some bearish movement. There was surprisingly some really strong bearish pressure this morning before the call. And we do have a red folder news event coming up at 10 a.m. as well for the U.S. Okay, 10 seconds left on this candle. Let's see how it closes. We're still just hanging out in the sell zone, folks. Just under a 0.5% drawdown, and that changes by the second. If we can get some follow through by the bears, it'll be a good open, right? But no expectations. No expectations. We just follow our system, folks, every day. Follow the system. We got 20 seconds left on this candle. If the bulls have any chance at rejecting, they're going to have to come in strong here. All right, we're getting close to 1%, 1.1. And folks, Sal Leto is going to be checking out here for about a 1% gain. I'm going to be closing my trades 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. All right, I just closed my trades, folks. Personally, I closed my two positions because the market is ranging, and I don't like sticking around inside bouncy candles. There was one really beautiful bear candle that came in and showed some strength, but then immediately the bulls started to try and reject that bear movement, right? And so when I see resistance like that, it's technically support, but when I see resistance on a bearish move and the next 4 consecutive candles have stayed above the bottom of that bear candle, we're just starting to range and we're starting to find a little bit of support. So that's why I just closed, and I'll just take that, 1% gain. I mean, hey, 1% in 6 minutes on this little live account, that's a good day, right? Because it's all about compounding. right? What I just did right there in front of y'all, we do that every day for 100 days straight, the account will be looking pretty good, right? So some of you, if you're still in a position, like I said, you're just in a ranging market. Candles are bouncing around. That's why I personally closed. And I was real conservative on my lot size just because I know some of you are trading with smaller balances. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. First off, let me enable the chat. Hold on one second, folks. I want to make sure you guys can talk. Let's see. Dun, dun. Okay. I did enable the chat. I have no idea how you guys have done today, right? We have no visibility into your personal account, but go ahead and put in the chat what you did. And for those of you that are new to the call, just watch the chat and you can see everyone's results. Everyone's results are going to be totally different because everyone's in control of their own money. That's what's so beautiful about this system here. If you're new here, again, our motto is you keep control over your own money. And our goal is to teach you to be the hero in your own story. Be the hero in your own story, folks. It's 2022. There's no longer any reason to have to depend on companies and people to help you grow your capital. You can do it yourself. You can acquire these skill sets. And our goal is to teach you that, right? I myself, I'm not a tech savvy guy. Never thought I'd want to be a trader. Not the kind of guy who likes to sit in front of a computer, but because of how far technology's come and I realize I can click a few buttons here to try and compound my own capital, totally worth it. I'll do this all day long, forever. No problem, right? Especially now that I don't have to depend on anyone else to make money. It's a great place to be. So I love seeing all the results coming in. Lots of demo accounts, lots of live results. Very good. Nick Bentley, congratulations, 3.54%. That is wonderful. Federico Riet, 0.95, just under 1% on your demo. Congratulations. That's great practice. Amanda, 1.6%. So folks, the way you, look at that, Mr. Bob Byram leading by example with a $136 gain. There wasn't a lot of move there today. You could see, we're starting to find some support. But for those, some of your guys' results are spectacular. Congratulations, 0.5%, 1%.